Hare Krishna. Thank you everyone for joining for today. It's a wonderful evening. So today we will hear a little bit from Bhagavad Gita. It's a very wonderful book. So before we start going into the book, let us just offer a small prayers to Krishna. So you can repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Thank you, Shreeenath Prabhu, for your introduction. I don't deserve for such high level of introduction. I just try to do some small service. So today I will be speaking about a shloka. So everyone knows about this shloka, but we will go a bit deeper into the meaning of this shloka. So you can repeat after me. This is a very nice shloka from 9th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Patram pushpam phalam toyam.
Patram pushpam phalam toyam.
Yo me bhaktya prayacchati.
Yo me bhaktya prayacchati.
Tadaham bhakti upahrutam.
Tadaham bhakti upahrutam.
Ashnami prayatatmanaha.
Ashnami prayatatmanaha.
So the translation goes like this. If one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, a fruit or water, I will accept it. This is Krishna speaking in the Bhagavad Gita. Om Ajnanatmirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swam Rupam Tasvavanantikam Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamamiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Everyone in this room knows about Bhagavad Gita. Anyone who doesn't know? Do you know? Anyone here who don't know about Bhagavad Gita? I don't know.
One person or two? No.
So this is a wonderful book actually. So when you actually purchase this mic or whatever instrument, then you kind of get a manual along with it. So if I get this computer or this mobile phone and so on. So if we use this laptop but don't see the manual, then you plug it into the wrong voltage or something, and then you just break the machine, or you break the microphone, or you just think that you probably think that this is plastic, but then when you read the manual you understand, oh, this is a glass, it's not a plastic, and then you drop it, it breaks. So that's how this manual is very important for any mission, for that matter. We human beings are also kind of a mission, so we have to have a manual to have a happy life, to have a more fulfilling life, let's say. And this manual is the one which Shri Krishna gave as Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna 5,000 years ago. So 5,000 years is just a small number here actually, but practically speaking Bhagavad Gita was spoken more than 12.5 crores, so 120 million years ago. So this was just spoken second time. This is not the first time it was spoken. So Bhagavad Gita was spoken 5,000 years ago, and this gives a nice instructions for us how to have a happy life. So for that, the first message that Krishna gives is that I am not this body. He says that Arjuna, that you are not this body, you are the soul. The body just lives, for a temporary period of time, so maybe for 100 years or 80 years, or if it's a tortoise, maybe it stays for 120 years or 150 years or so on. But this body is just temporary. Krishna says that the soul is eternal, Sanatana. So the soul is eternal, and it's also just has a lot of features. So Krishna has described in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita 25 different qualities of the soul. So we are not this body. So when this body is gone, it's no longer working, then the soul just changes from this body to another body. And then, and there is a small baby born with the soul. So that's how just the soul transfers from one body to the other body. It could be a human, it could be animal, it could be any different species, not just on this earth planet. It could be somewhere in another planetary system, or it could be in another universe maybe even. So like that the soul just transfers from one body to other. So we all have food, right? Every day, we need to have food, otherwise we don't survive. So this food is just like this food is for this body. To maintain this body, you need to have a healthy body, you need to eat properly, good nutrition, carbohydrates and minerals and multivitamins and so on. So you need a lot of cofactors and so on. So there are a lot of things that you need for this body. You need to feed this body, of course, otherwise this will not work. Similarly, we need to also feed the soul. Feeding the soul is also important. So it's not just taking care of the body. Yes, we can go for the gym, we can have a nice food, we can take care and so on and so forth. We can know about the body. Okay, if I do this, then something goes wrong with the body. I have a limitation of walking for 3 kilometers or 4 kilometers a day. If I do more, then I have pain in the legs, I have cramps. So we need to understand our body. Knowledge of the body is also important. Similarly, knowledge of the soul and also feeding the soul is also important. So this is one verse of the Bhagavad Gita. It gives us more information how to feed the soul, and it gives information of what is actually food and what should you do with the food. So firstly, what foods to eat. This is something that is first addressed here. Then secondly, Krishna says that offer me with love. Why? Why should we offer this? Krishna says it, we believe it. No, we need to understand it. Why God says this? So that is the second point. Why do we offer? And third one is how do we offer? How do we offer the food? So in Sanskrit we say offer is nevedya, we say in Sanskrit. So many people would know this word. So first question is what foods to offer, what foods to eat. So Krishna here gives only 4 categories. Patram, Pushpam, Phalam, Toyam. So if you go to the Srimad Bhagavatam and go into the Leelas of Krishna, he also eats some, drinks milk products. He loves his makhan chor. He eats a lot of butter, yogurt, milk, but he doesn't say that here, of course, because now Krishna is speaking in a war field. It's a very dignified position where he's speaking. So he was not getting into his small childhood Leelas, although we cannot differentiate them, but just to keep it simple. So basically Krishna is saying 4 things. Patram, Pushpam, Phalam, Toyam means flower. Patram is flower, and then it's leaf, flower, fruit, water. So this is what Krishna says, all plant-based food. Krishna doesn't say Patram, Pushpam, Phalam, Toyam, Eggam, Meatam, Andam. Andam means egg, Eggam. He doesn't say Fisham, Meenam. No, he doesn't say kurmam, eat tortoise, eat mean, eat fish. No, he doesn't say this. He gives only 4 options for us to eat. This is what we can only eat. He doesn't say all these things. And in Sanskrit, mamsa or meat, in Sanskrit it's mamsa. There is a very intricate meaning of this one. It's not just that this is an instruction we should not eat it. No, it's not that strict. It's not about that. There is a deeper meaning. What does mamsaha in Sanskrit? So what does that mamsaha mean? So here Krishna says, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yome Bhaktya Prayachati Tadaham. So mam means me. And mam saha means me also. Saha means also. So if we eat an animal, chicken or whatever, we kill the zygote in the egg, for instance. It could be because the egg is also fertilized zygote, a sperm and the egg fused there. So it could be the eggs, it could be meat products and so on. So if we kill an animal and then eat it, we might not kill it directly, but if we are paying in the grocery store, that means that we are paying for someone to actually kill it. So it's also a way of killing. So that means actually mamsaha means me too. That means we are making an agreement with that animal saying that this life I kill you and I eat you, and mamsaha, so next life you kill me and you eat me. So this is the meaning of mamsaha. And we don't want to get into this trouble. We never want to have this trouble. We don't want anyone to, for a fish, they usually, in the lakes and so on, we see so many people fishing and so on. They have these hooks. They put some food here, put there. It goes down, and then this fish catches hold of it, and this hook gets stuck to the upper jaw of the fish. And then we pull it. Oh, yummy, yum. No, it doesn't work like that. If we imagine the same thing happening to us, someone putting a hook on top of our upper jaw and then pulling us up, you might weigh 50 kilos or 80 kilos or whatever. Someone is pulling you from this upper. How does it feel? This is the agreement we are making with the fish in case we are doing it. But we don't want this to happen. We don't want to suffer, of course. So that is why Krishna is saying only these 4 things, that you cannot have anything else. We cannot have meat, we cannot have egg. Some people might argue about unfertilized egg. It is not a zygote or so on. So unfertilized egg. But unfertilized egg is the menstrual waste of the hen. Krishna has not said that in the Bhagavad Gita. He has only said 4. Patram, Pushpam, Phalam, Toyam. No menstrual waste of the egg. This is not mentioned. So this is actually very, this is addressing the first question, that what foods to eat. These are the only foods that we can eat. Anything else, Krishna will not accept it, because he has said clearly in here, Patram, Pushpam, Phalam, Toyam, Yome Bhaktya Prayachati. If we offer meat, Krishna, there is meat here, please take it, please accept it. I didn't say this. Someone asks you for water, and you bring him meat, and he is thirsty, he needs water. Of course, Krishna is not thirsty, and it's not about that, but just saying that, these are the instructions that we have to follow. But this is not a blind, we should not follow it blind. Yeah, Krishna has said Patram, Pushpam, Phalam, Toyam, and that's it. We are vegetarians because of that. Sentimental, emotional. Yeah, Krishna has said this. He's a dictator, whatever. He has said these are the only 4. No, we have to know the knowledge behind it. Why did Krishna say this? Why? So, whatever I am speaking now, that is the next question. Why do we need to offer this? Why do we need to do Naivedya? Why do we actually need to give food to Krishna first? This is the process that is happening now. So Krishna, Gaura, Nitai will be accepting this food that was very wonderfully cooked by the team here. So Thank you very much for your service. So the second question, why do we need to offer? 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita is very, very confidential. 9th chapter starts with saying Rajavidya Rajaguhyam, means it's a confidential knowledge. 18 chapters of the Bhagavad Gita, and then the middle 6 chapters is the Bhakti Yoga chapters of the Bhagavad Gita, and the first 6 is the Karma Yoga, and the last 6 is the Gnana Yoga chapters. So the Bhakti Yoga chapter is kept is like a jewel, it's like a gem. It's kept in between, and it's in the jewel box, covered on both the sides with Karma Yoga and Gnana Yoga. So this is a very wonderful gem, and in that wonderful gem, there is a very wonderful, intimate, confidential information which is in this 9th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna has very intimately, very intricately placed this confidential knowledge in the center of the Bhagavad Gita, which means what I am speaking now is actually a very confidential knowledge. So this is the summary of what Krishna says, but we need to understand why, because Krishna has not said why in this chapter. And if we have to understand why, we need to go a bit back. What does Krishna start with? So I already started with the 2nd chapter. I said that we are not these bodies, we are the soul. And then Krishna starts saying that in the 3rd chapter, Arjuna, he said, you are giving me a very difficult job. He said that, I have to kill my countrymen, I have to kill my friends, I have to kill my teachers, I have to kill my childhood friends whom I was playing with all my life. They are on my opposite party. I'm here. And I don't want to kill anyone. I want to just go away. I want to he takes away his Gandiva, he keeps it there, he says, no war. I don't want to fight a war. This is not a message of violence. Just to be sure, just a small clarification before I go further. In the Satya Yuga, which was long time ago, the good and the evil were happening on 2 different planetary systems. And in the Treta Yuga, the good and the evil were happening in 2 different locations on this earth planet. And then if you come to the Dwapara Yuga, where Krishna was speaking Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, this is an era where the good and the bad were happening in the same family. Kali Yuga, this is the Yuga that we are in, the era we are in. Good and the bad are in me. So the message of Bhagavad Gita is not a message of violence. Krishna says, Arjuna, you cannot do this. You cannot keep your Gandiva down and let go. You should fight a war. Doesn't mean that it's a message for us that I go, you're bad, I kill you. You're bad, I kill you. No, this is not the message. This is not the message of violence in Bhagavad Gita. This is a very, many people misconceptualize it, and also they say the Bhagavad Gita is a message of war. It's not a message of war. It is a message of peace. Peace how? For me. It's a peace for the self. How to be peaceful. For my person. I need to be peaceful. Before I say someone, hey, please be peaceful, bro. Please be peaceful. No, I need to practice how to be peaceful. So that is what is the message of Krishna here. And in the 3rd chapter, Arjuna is doing the same. So he actually does not want to fight the war. He does not want to fight the war between the good and the evil. He says, I don't want to fight it. Krishna says that this is when he starts the Karma Yoga chapter. And he says that, you cannot stay by doing nothing. Are you doing nothing now? What are you doing?
I'm listening.
Listening. Are you doing something?
Thinking.
Are you doing something? What are you doing?
Information.
Exactly. So there is no moment that one can actually just do nothing. This is not possible. Nothing doesn't exist. You always have to do something. Even before the Big Bang, there was nothing. No, this is actually not true. The recent quantum physics, the physicists from quantum mechanics and so on, they have very clearly said that there exists quantum foam before actually that there is nothing called as nothing. They clearly say that nothing cannot exist. It's in the quantum physics. So, this is just a modern science, but before the Big Bang, there was nothing. Where does this mobile come from? Where did the laptop come from? Where does this huge Earth, planets, Mars, Jupiter, Sun, helium, oxygen, water, where did they come from? From nothing? No, this is not possible. So, Krishna says, Arjuna, that you cannot do nothing. This is not possible. You have to do something. And he mentions a lot of things among them. And one thing that he says is, you have to eat also. We all have to eat. So Krishna also says to Arjuna, you have to eat also, right? And he says very important message in the Bhagavad Gita, 3rd chapter, 13th shloka. Krishna says that the devotees of the Lord are released from all kinds of sins because they eat the food which is first offered for Krishna in sacrifice. So, any food which is actually prepared for sense enjoyment, for my tongue, for my pleasure, for my satisfaction. गोभी मंचूरियन, मैं खा लूंगा आराम से. Krishna वो तो किधर खाता है? Where does Krishna eat gobi manchurian? I will eat gobi manchurian. It's for me. No, it doesn't work like that, because I will get into the details why. And Krishna says in the 3rd chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, why you need to offer the food? Because if we don't offer the food, it means that we are committing a sin. Okay, dictator again. Krishna says something, we believe it. No, we need to go into the details. Why it actually commits a sin? Why? This is how even the science works. Even in science, you need to keep asking why and hows and whys and hows. And that is when you get more and more details. So, when we ask into the deeper questions about these things, why actually Krishna says that we need to offer, if not, it is a sin. There are many more details actually, because none of these things we own. We don't own the food, we don't own the water, we don't own leaves, we don't own plants, we don't own the earth. The earth is Bhumi. Who is Bhumi? Wife of Vishnu, Varahadevi. So, Bhumi is not our property. And then Lakshmi is not our, we have a lot of money. With that money, I buy a lot of fruits and then I eat it. Why do you need Krishna? I am earning my money, I am earning, I am going to the job. It's my effort. I have put in so much effort to work and to get money. Yeah? It's my money, so I can enjoy. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita very clearly, I am the one who actually is the energy of the energetic. I am the strength of the strengthy. How do we get energy? How do we get strength? Krishna says, some people say mitochondria. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. We eat food and then the mitochondria produces the energy. No. I'm a scientist in mitochondrial field. Mitochondria does not produce energy. Mitochondria only converts energy. This is a very interesting thing. People don't say this. So the energy does not belong to us. There is already an existing energy. This is just converted. The food, there is already energy in the glucose molecules. There is already energy in the different foods that is there, fats or carbohydrates, or it could be proteins, or there are already energy in these bonds. There is also energy in this mobile, so if I drop it, I don't want to drop it, it's already half broken. So, and if we drop the mobile or if we drop the pen, there is already an inherent energy in it, kinetic energy, potential energy that converts. There is a transformation of energy. So whatever food that is there available, that is already having an intrinsic energy, and the mitochondria just converts this energy into energy where we can use it. It produces ATPs or whatever. These energy currencies are the one with which I can speak, my heart can beat, the muscles can beat, and the brain can think, and the neurons can fire the neurotransmitters so that we can think. Right? So this energy is intrinsically there in some food and in some different aspects. So I don't have the strength. I am not the strength. I have, it's my money, it's my energy. With my energy I earn money. I deserve to have this food. Why Krishna has to be given this food? No, that energy comes from Krishna. So we have to be very thankful to Krishna, that this actually, none of the things belong to us. None of the things, the food, the leaves, the water, the fruits, the vegetables, the milk, the yogurt, whatever it is, it does not belong to us. Neither Lakshmi or the money does not belong to us. Krishna has enormous amount of this Lakshmi. He is the husband of thousands and millions of Lakshmis. We might have a few million krona. I have a big house, I have a big bungalow. I am the CEO of Apple, I have a lot of money. Elon Musk, I have a lot of money. It's nothing. It's just a grain of salt, in the whole ocean. So this is nothing. Krishna is the husband of Lakshmis. So what is this money for him? That's nothing. So what is my money for him? What is this small fruit? Many of you people, you brought fruits and so on. So thank you very much for your service. There is more details to this. So this energy does not belong to us. So whatever we actually take from the Mother Earth, whatever it is water you take from the river, this is stealing. That is why in the 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that whatever you are eating is sin. So we cannot steal. If we have to steal, then we have to go to the jail, right? So that is normal logic. So we cannot, that is logic. It's as simple as that. So we cannot steal water from Krishna. We cannot steal any food from Krishna. We cannot steal the energy of Krishna. We cannot claim that Krishna's energy is my energy and then enjoy that energy. No, that is not possible. So whatever we have to cook, whatever we have to eat, this always have to be first given to Krishna. And then only, because he is the master of everything. He is the owner of everything. He is the proprietor. So we have to first give it to Krishna. And actually, there is more details to this. So I was only saying about what foods to eat, which is plant-based foods that Krishna says. Why to offer? That is because we accumulate sins otherwise, because it is stealing from Krishna. It is, we don't own it. If we don't own it, we cannot claim it. So we cannot have it for our sense enjoyment. So this is another thing. So there was a small Leela, in Vrindavan. There was these Gopa boys and everyone, and Krishna is known as Makhan Chor. He always want to steal. So when I said this stealing, I remembered this. And the Gopa boy said, Krishna, chalo, Makhan Chor. We will let's go. Let's go. It's on your shirt. So let's go. Let's steal some butter. Let's steal from yogurts. These Gopa boys are Krishna says to the Gopa boys, you're saying, let's go and steal yogurt. Krishna says, it's not let us go. You guys are stealing. This actually belongs to me. I am not stealing. You are stealing. No. So, this was a message. So, we are stealing. So, everything belongs to Krishna. So, the food, the water, everything belongs to Krishna. He is the proprietor. He is the master of everything. He is the owner of everything. We are just stealing from Krishna if we don't offer it back to Krishna. So, this is the verse which I said, I am the strength of the strength. This is coming in the 7th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, which is also called as Parat Parajnan. So, then what is, so basically I don't own anything. I don't own this laptop. I don't own the water. I don't own fruits. Some people brought the fruits here. Now I said that you don't own this fruit. What do we own then? What do we own? Nothing? Then why are we living if we own nothing? We own something, right? We should have something in life. If we don't have a purpose in life, then we own nothing. We don't have any purpose in life. Everything belongs to Krishna. What is there for me? Kuch nahi hai. Life hai. They say there's this life and nothing belongs to me. This is false renunciation. This is called as Falgu Vairagya. This is not true. We own something. Can anyone say what do we own?
Free will.
Free will. Exactly. Krishna has given this freedom for us. Free will. So this is something that we own. And that is why Krishna is saying here in the Bhagavad Gita, this is, what is this? Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati, means offer it with bhakti, with devotion, free will. Your free will can decide how you want to offer it. I want to offer it to Krishna with love. This love cannot be enforced. I cannot just have a girl in my garage and say, beat her with some belt and say, love me now. No, love doesn't work like that. It has to be with free will. So that is why Krishna is saying, so this is one thing that we own, is the free will. Krishna has given this opportunity for us, that it's free will, that with which we can actually offer it to Krishna, with which we can do bhakti. So this bhakti is coming from the free will, So that is what Krishna is saying. So whatever we need to offer, of course there are some mantras and so on and so forth. But the important message is that not just ritualistic, bola hai, agar if we don't offer, then we accumulate sin. Okay, Krishna, you have said right, take it. Om na 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 na, take it, go eat. No, it does not work like that. He doesn't need our food. He has Radharani. Srimati Radharani is cooking him delicious food. Lakshmi ji is cooking Narayan, so many foods. Unlimited food. He wants us, our food. No. He is not waiting for our food. He is waiting for our bhakti. He is waiting for that bhakti in us. that you please offer it through bhakti. And that is what Krishna is saying here, that third point is how to offer. It is to offer with bhakti. So first one is what foods to eat, which is what I mentioned, the plant-based foods. Why to offer? It is because otherwise if you don't offer, then it is eating sin, it's accumulating sins. And the third one is how to offer. It is to offer Krishna with love, with bhakti. There should be a lot of devotion. There should be bhakti, not just ritualistic and just say, take, eat whatever you want. No, it's not like that. So this food, we come to the temple maybe once in a week or once in a few weeks or months and so on. Food, we need to eat every day, right? 3 times a day, 4 times a day. So, and this is important. So whatever we are eating, this is important that, that we eat properly. So I'm saying all these things and so on. What does it do actually? You offer, you eat, and so on and so forth. Okay, fine. So what does it do actually? Why does it all help? So there is in Hindi we say jaise anna vaise man. So the way we eat, the way our mind thinks. This affects the consciousness. I'm saying this out of nowhere. There is some random philosophy that I brought in. That jaise anna vaise man. Someone gave this proverb some long time ago. How food, that's how the brain works. कुछ तो बोल देते हैं, they say something. No, this is proven by science. There is actually a journal. There is an article which is published in the Food Quality and Preference from Elsevier 2017. There is an article which actually says this. Jaise anna vaise man. This is a proverb for us, but there is an article, research article published. And in this article, I will not get into the details, but it's very simple. The chefs were asked to cook 2 types of food. One, that they love to cook and they love to eat, and the second one is they hate it. They hate cooking this. I don't like this. So, and then both these groups of chefs, they were having all the EEG scans made on their brain and certain skin conductance and other different parameters measured. Let's not go into the details. And there were 2 different patterns. One is the one who cooks with love has a different pattern, while the one who cooks with hate, that guy and these people have a certain pattern. So there are these 2 different patterns. And then there were some people who then came to taste the food. And they were unbiased. They just came to eat the food. And they ate the food which was prepared out of love and prepared out of hate. And the people who ate the food which was prepared out of love had the same pattern of the EEGs and the skin conductance and other parameters exactly resembling that of the chef who actually cooked with love. And on the other side, the people who taste this food and they had their skin conductance and EEGs and different parameters resembling that of the chefs who cooked with hate. And this is in 82% of the cases, and it was, if anyone wants the science part of it, this was a significant one. So by statistics. So this was actually a very interesting thing. So the way we cook matters. If we cook with love to Krishna, we get back this love of Krishna. If we don't cook with love of Krishna, sometimes it happens in the kitchen. I sometimes cook with the cooking groups, And then there are some Prabhus, I'm not saying about you. You guys did a wonderful job. But I know some Prabhus. Prabhuji, kaise cha rahe? How is the life going, Prabhu? Chop the vegetables. Frying. Prabhu, ja rahe? Kya? Office mein bahut kaam hai. I have a lot of work in the office. Prabhu, my boss is torturing me like anything. Cutting vegetables, frying, cooking. And then, Prabhu, but this stock market, recently, Trump ne wo kar diya, this Trump made that all these recent bureaucracies and so on, Prabhu. Life to ye bahut kharab ho gaya, Prabhu. Everything is ruined. Kya? Chopping vegetables, frying, cooking. And also, I don't want to say about Matajis, but I know about their dialogues also. ये साड़ी किधर से Where did you buy this saree from? ये जड़ी बहुत अच्छा है ना. इधर ये ऑनलाइन शॉपिंग भी किया क्या? इधर स्वीडन में मिलता है कि do you get it in Sweden? Cutting vegetables. No, this is not how it works. That's why I say when I have the cooking team, I say, guys, we are preparing it for Krishna. We need to prepare it with love. And of course, we cannot speak because we spit the saliva when we are cooking. So let us let us hear wonderful kirtan of Krishna when we are cooking. Even not just at the temple room, not just here. When we are cooking at the house, let us hear wonderful Krishna Katha. Let us hear wonderful kirtan, and then we cook. Because we are not such great Paramahamsas where we are cooking and we are always thinking of Krishna. At least the sound vibration goes into our ears, and that's how we at least cook for Krishna. And at least we remember, no, bring the mind back. No, I'm cooking for Krishna, not for my stock market, not for my sari, not for some material, things and so on. No, this is not how it works. So we need to cook with love, to Krishna. And this chef's neurophysiological, the conclusion of this paper was that the chef's neurophysiological and emotional state can influence their cooking, and this affective experience was potentially detected in the dishes and that were prepared and also that was perceived. So that is why we need to prepare the food, whether it is at home or at the temple and so on. We have to always cook with love for Krishna. It's for Krishna's pleasure. It's for Krishna to eat. And of course, the more important is that we need to offer it with love. We need to serve with love. We need to cook with love, not for our own sense pleasure and sense gratification for my. So there are, of course, many benefits out of that. One is the eating prasadam, Firstly, it stops accumulating all the sins. So the killing of an animal is a sin. It's one of the greatest sins, killing of the animals. We should never do that. We should never do that. Killing of the plants. Prabhu, plants cut, eat. Plant also dies. Okay. No, but we have to eat. We have to live on something. So what is that basic thing? So because we have to survive, so Krishna has given us very minimal violence. That is plants. And he says that, and he has said that this is the only thing that I can accept. Mahaprasadam ki jai. So this is the only one that Krishna can accept. He cannot accept meat or meat-based products or anything. So he can only accept these food, which is prepared with love and bhakti for Krishna. So one, it stops accumulating the sins, and the second one is the purification of consciousness. Means that, as I said, jaise ann vaise man, the mind gets more and more purified. The mind gets more and more thinking about how should I please Krishna, how should I do service to Krishna, how should I love Krishna, how should I constantly engage in Krishna's service. I have this much money. Okay, I can do these things with the money to Krishna. I can buy the fruits, and then with that money I can take those fruits to the temple. So like that, this is how Krishna gives the intelligence. He also says that, I'm not saying this, Krishna is saying that he is the one who gives the intelligence. It's not the brain, it's not the neurotransmitters. I'm from the biology field, so I know it very well. It's not neurotransmitters. It's Krishna who, in the super soul, as a super soul, he gives the intelligence. So there is a lot of things about subconscious mind, about the metaphysical part of the soul, and so on. So anyone interested, you can come back to me later. But one is we don't accumulate the karma, we don't accumulate the bad sins. And the second one is that the heart gets clean, our consciousness gets clean. And then we can constantly, there are so many problems in the material world. And these problems, they start to not impact us. It's not that, okay, there will be no problem in life, but the problems can be tolerated. The problems can be given. Krishna gives us the intelligence how to handle these, how to navigate through these. So it's purification of consciousness. And this is what happens. This is the second effect of having prasadam. So the prasadam is actually, and also the other thing is, by having the prasadam, there are 6 anarthas in our heart. So which is the kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, which is lust, envy, anger, greed, pride, illusion, and so on. So all this gets destroyed slowly in a slow process, and with which our consciousness gets purified, and then we can have more and more consciousness of Krishna. If we don't eat these foods, so what I have mentioned is what you should do. What if you don't do? this is the last thing that I want to say. Some people, says, Prabhuji, patram pushpam phalam toyam, tobacco, leaf, wine. Prabhu, wine. Wine is authorized, Prabhu. Wine, alcohol. It's from barley. It's from beer. It's from barley. It's from wine, grapes. Prabhu, both intelligent. Very. No, it doesn't work like that. The foods are categorized as sattva guna, rajoguna, and tamoguna. Means foods in the mode of goodness, foods in the mode of passion, foods in the mode of ignorance. So that is also described here in the Bhagavad Gita. It's in the 17th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. So there are more details about that. So right now I will not get into those details about the 17th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. But the important message here is that we cannot offer these foods because they are in the mode of ignorance. So tamas. So and that's a problem here actually, because once the foods are in the mode of ignorance, that means that there was a Brahmin, and then he was given four choices. And he said, there was a knife or gun point on his head, and he was given four choices. He said, you have to either eat meat or get killed. And then the second option, you have to go with this girl. He was a married, proper Brahmana. He was properly situated. And the second option was he has to go with a random girl and live with her. He has to leave his family and so on. And the third option was that he has to do some gambling, which is completely against the rules for a Brahman or anyone for that matter. You cannot do gambling. It is not even accepted. And the fourth one is that he can have alcohol. And this Brahmana, gun is on my head. What should I do? Okay, wife, I have my wife. I cannot go. I cannot cheat my wife. No. Okay, the next option is meat. I cannot. I'm a Brahmana. I cannot touch a meat. No, impossible. Okay, the next option. Then the next one was gambling. No. This is completely not for me. It is for Kshatriyas. It is for other people. It is not for me. The last option. Okay, I will drink some alcohol. I will accumulate some sins. Maybe I clear it off later. Whatever. I will drink some alcohol. Foods in Tamoguna. It includes the onion and garlic. So these are also the foods in Tamoguna. They affect our neurotransmitters. He ate. He drank. हो गया उसके बाद dancing with women, eating meat, gambling, हो गया खत्म. So this is the thing. So what happens with the foods with ignorance is that we slowly start to forget. Krishna says satatam kirtayanto mam, always satatam kirtayanto mam, and nityam bhagavata sevaya, nityam, every day, every moment nityam bhagavata sevaya, and now that sada and nitya, that became not during the time of alcohol, not during the time. 24 hours it reduced to 1 hour, 2 hours, it reduced. And then after that, if we continue more and more and more having the food which is in the tamoguna or the rajoguna foods, then what happens is that we slowly, that nityam, which is all the time, becomes oftentimes. And uske baad, after that, this oftentimes becomes sometimes. And that after that, sometimes becomes no time. Hey, no time for Krishna Prabhu. I don't have time for Krishna Prabhu. No, I can't do this Prabhu. No, it becomes no time for Krishna. And then, basically, no Krishna. Then this person will become an atheist and say, Krishna doesn't exist. I don't believe in all these things. God doesn't exist. This will be his conclusion. This will be his conclusion. Why? Because of the impact of the consciousness. This is very important, that it impacts the consciousness. And the foods in the tamoguna, they impact us, and then basically this person comes to a conclusion, no God. I will say, there is no viruses. I have not seen a virus in my life, and no viruses, no electrons, no viruses. I am in ignorance. If there was no viruses, COVID would not have happened, right? There are viruses, we don't see it. So similarly, we need to have the knowledge. We need to ask the people who have seen the viruses. There are electron microscopy images. Someone can get their knowledge and see how it looks like. So God is also something that we just can't say doesn't exist. Why? Because we are not committed to actually understand the science of the soul. We don't know where the soul is coming from. we have not understood why this soul is here in this body, in this particular place in Sweden. Why am I existing? What is the purpose of my life? So our consciousness is not purified, and when we are in ignorance, tamoguna, that is ignorance, and then that means God doesn't exist. I don't believe in God. I have no time for God. All these things start to come, and then we basically forget God. हो गया. उसके बाद material life, enjoy, moj, masti, alcohol, everything, fun. We are just entangled in this material world, enjoying the modes of material nature, and just getting stuck with the material things here, getting attached to money, to pride, prestige, social status, education, qualifications. Just get stuck. And then what happens? Karma is not just man and girl, boy and girl. Karma is excessive attachment to these things. Excessive attachment to these things, what happens? And then from that karma arises all the other different things. Then, I want to have more and more of that. More pride. Give me respect. Give me respect. More pride. And then there is more anger because someone else is getting respect. Hey, he is getting respect. Envy against him. There is envy. There is anger that I am not getting this respect. He is getting this respect. How dare he gets this respect? Anger, frustration, envy, and then pride, and then it just continues and so on and so on. And then we forget the purpose of our life. We just forget our identity. We identify ourselves with our false ego. Means that I am the CEO, I am the great politician, I am the richest person, I am that, I am this great scientist. Coming back to the first question which I asked in the lecture, I am this soul, I am not this body. So without prasadam, comes back to square zero. That's it. And then we are stuck in this material world, and then we never will be able to get out of the cycle of reincarnation, birth, death, old age, disease, another life, birth, death, old age, disease, another life. Like this, we have to go millions and millions and millions of lifetimes. And prasadam is the one which clears our consciousness. Apart from this, of course, today's topic was about this. But of course, Harinam Sankirtan, associating with the devotees, and doing no offenses against the Vaishnavas, and having great wonderful Vaishnava association, and developing ourselves, knowing about God, asking how, why, and all these kinds of questions, getting the knowledge of God. That's how we elevate ourselves from this basic platform of eating, sleeping, mating, defending, to a higher platform of spiritual growth. So yeah, if anyone is interested how to offer food to Krishna, it is very simple. If anyone is interested, you can come back to me, but maybe I can just say that it's very simple, that you have the food in the plate, so you can buy in Ika or Ham Shop, all these stores. You can just buy very clean pots, clean plates, sattvic food, have it there, have a few bowls. You can just get the few bowls in 10 crowns, 20 crowns. You just take a couple of bowls, whatever food you cook, rice, dal, or chapati, or it could be also pizza or lasagna, whatever. You just put it on the plate, very simple. And then just put tulsi leaves, which we can get here. If you have a tulsi plant, just put a tulsi leaf on that. And then those who are interested with the full set of mantras, you can come back to us. But if not, you are a beginner, just take this bell and just say 3 times Hare Krishna Mahamantra, which is very simple, and it's there. And then just say with Krishna that, Krishna, I am not qualified. This is yours. This is not mine. Please accept this. I have tried to prepare with as much love as possible. But please forgive me if I made any mistakes, offenses, or sins in preparing this food. Sorry, please forgive me, please accept it. And then offer it to Krishna, leave it for 5 minutes, and then just come back, ring the bell again 3 times, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And then take this, transfer it to your cooking pot. You have prepared the dal, put it there in the dal, rice, put it into the pot of rice, enjoy the prasad. So thank you very much. If you have any questions, then I'll be happy to answer. Thank you.
Little louder, please, so we can
You
hear.
mentioned mitochondria, glucose, ATPs. I like it. But to proceed keeping things sealing, you mentioned mamsa, that it's kind of an agreement. But now I eat you, then you will eat me. But then if you think about it, then during our entire life we can eat a lot of animals, a lot of fishes, like thousands and thousands of them, and that's pretty much a lot of paperwork. And where is all of that stored? I mean, I know for sure that Prima Mai would answer that question, but she's not here now. So,
do you mean paperwork and
I mean, in terms of like where all that information is stored in terms of like we have committed so much.
Ah, you mean these karmas?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So the Krishna is one thing is there are certain representatives of Krishna like Chitragupta, Yamadharmaraja, and so on. So they keep an account of all these, and Krishna is also there in the heart as the super soul. So we can probably escape from someone saying, I killed someone, I killed and ate someone, some animal or something. We might secret it from the family, we can secret it from the partner or whatever. But Krishna is in the super soul. So we can escape from the loss of the government, but we cannot escape from the loss of material nature. Krishna, we cannot achieve Krishna. So Krishna knows us very well. He accumulates, he registers all these, including the desires. The desire to eat meat is also a wrong desire. So he keeps all these things on track, and he is having a big registry of everyone. So. Yes, Matheus.
And whatever suffering you cause to another one. You know, I'm seeing when I'm going for my Yapa walk, they're fishing there, you know. Sometimes I see they get fish. I'm thinking more poor guys, you know, they will be in that situation because whatever suffering you give to anyone else, the little fly or whatever, it will come back to you.
Yeah.
It's very, karma law is really tough. But another thing you mentioned about 3 kinds of eating, Sama, Raja, etc. But food that is offered to the Lord, that is transcendental.
Yeah, this is neither in Sattva Guna, neither in Rajoguna, or nor in Tamoguna. I didn't mention this. Good point. Yes.
Yeah, so we should cook with bhakti, and all those things. And so where did this bhakti came from?
Bhakti came from?
Yeah. How did you get bhakti? How do you get bhakti?
Bhakti we get from those who have bhakti. So we get it from Guru. And of course, Guru in the parampara. So in Krishna's mercy. So we get the bhakti lata bija is given by Guru and Krishna. So I didn't get into the details. So we are basically here in the temple, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is on the right side here, he is the, like the ocean of bhakti. Ocean of bhakti. Even if we get one drop of that, he is flooding with bhakti. So even if we get one drop of that, back to Goloka. So he is the treasure house of bhakti. Srimati Radharani is the treasure house of bhakti. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the one who is in the mood of Srimati Radharani. Although he is Krishna himself, this is in the Shastras, this is not made up. This is in the Shastras that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself, but he is in the mood of this topmost bhakti, bhakta, in the feminine form of bhakta. So he is the Srimati Radharani is the topmost of all the bhaktas. Unconditional love. There is not that I cook this because I want to eat, but I want to offer it to Krishna. No, there is nothing like that. If I cook and then by chance Krishna takes it out, everything, he eats it. Thank you, Krishna. This should be, and if the plate is empty after we offered, and then Krishna ate it, what do we behave? Krishna ate everything, what do I eat? This is not unconditional. This is like condition. You eat, you take, but you give some to me. I need to also fill my stomach, right? I spend so much time cooking. No, but Radharani is not like that. She always cooks with this pure love, unconditional love. And this comes from Srimati Radharani, and through Guru Parampara we get through Srila Prabhupada. So they give us this knowledge of bhakti, but bhakti should be performed along with jnana, with knowledge. That is why we need to ask these questions, how, why, and so on. And about this point about Sattva, Rajas and Tamoguna. So the food offered to Krishna is no longer in any of these categories. They are in Shuddha Sattva, means it is beyond the Sattva Guna. It is in the Shuddha Sattva Guna, and that doesn't come under any category of Sattva Guna, Rajoguna and Tamoguna. So we are not saying anyone to be vegetarians, vegans and so on. What we are asking you to actually go beyond all those things. What Krishna is, not we, but Krishna is asking us to actually go beyond all these things. He's asking us to say, to become prasaditarians, not vegetarians or vegans or ovo-lacto-vegetarians. No. He's asking us to become prasaditarians. Okay? So that is the more higher purpose of this sloka. It's not just restricting to plant-based food, creating some controversy or something.
You get Krishnized.
Krishnized. Yes. Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you so much for an amazing class. Really inspiring. And you also mentioned false ego, that is a product of not eating prasadam. And some symptoms can be that we believe that, puffed up ego, that we are so strong and we're the best and so on. But also to the other side of the scale, that I am the worst, that I am a failure, that I am so bad, that I am depressed, that I am so poor, That's not true either, because we are Satchitananda.
Yes.
We are full of knowledge and full of bliss.
Yes.
So that's also false ego.
Yeah, exactly. So that is also very true. And kama, krodha, the krodha, anger, it is frustration, we say, but it is not just frustration, it's not just this is frustration. The other side of the frustration, which is the depression, is also a frustration. It's, as you said, so the depression or going in the other direction is a frustration against my own self. One is anger is a frustration against someone, while depression is an anger against my own self. Both are bad. Both are coming from anger at the end of the day. So yes, that's a very good point. So both are bad. Any other questions? Or can... Okay.
How to get rid of this? Sorry.
Yeah.
How to get rid of this anger issues?
Saban, Kirtan, Harinam Sankirtan. We need to be constantly engaged in Krishna's service. So it's a purificatory process. Sorry?
Sadhu Sangha.
Sadhu Sangha. So and we get all these. We get Krishna when we associate with people who have Krishna in their heart. So if we associate with someone with all these who are angry, who are involved in angry whatever, it could be politics or it could be many different ways, that they are angry all the time, frustrated and narcissistic or whatever, they are always angry, then these qualities come to us. So if we associate with devotees who are, of course, we have to be careful when we are when we are with other people. It's not that I'm saying that you don't go to office, you don't associate with other people. It's not like that, but we have to be detached. And we are there. It's like Krishna describes in the Bhagavad Gita. It's like a water on the lotus flower. So we are there on the lotus flower, but we are not we are touching, but we are not touching. So we are detached. So we need to consciously detach, not like I detach. This is a bad person. I will not be. It's not like that. We have to be consciously detach ourselves from such people and associate ourselves. Just turn our side towards Krishna and associate with Krishna's devotees. Have Krishna Prasadam and chant the names of Krishna. In Kali Yuga, that is the process. Chanting the names of Hari, Krishna, Harinama Sankirtan is the Kali Yuga process. So when we turn ourselves on the other side, then all these anger and so on, they slowly start affecting us lesser and lesser. That is what I was saying, that we slowly, these are there in the world. There are instances which make us angry, but we respond in a much better way.
Is the same as the Sthita Prajna we said?
Yes, Sthita Prajna is also, yes, that Sthita Dhir Muni, it's said in the Bhagavad Gita. Yes, that is also true, but what Bhakti Yoga, it's more deeper than just Sthita Prajna. Sthita Prajna, sometimes it can also be misunderstood as Falgu Vairagya, as false renunciation. I will just stay calm. No, nothing will affect me. Stay calm. But real life is not like that.
Devote, that is what.
Yeah.
Devote to Krishna.
Yeah, exactly. So we, at the same time, we engage in Krishna's service. It could be cooking, it could be kirtan, it could be thinking of Krishna in the mind. So then the Sthita Dhir Muni is complete in that case. You have a point?
Yes, I was thinking about like what to do about anger, and I mean, of course, you already answered it. But on a practical level, of course, we can work with our anger in different ways, because there's, just as you break a leg or whatever, you might need to go to some therapy or some self-help. And usually, like, this is very simple, but usually some, as you said, some form of frustration. It might be a need that is very important, that is not fulfilled.
Yeah.
So we do have the accountability and the power to do something about it, and we need to actively work on it together with others. And of course, in a proper sadhusanga, which is a safe place, where our needs can be met, and where it's okay to be myself.
What I have learned in process of motherhood, that anger is actually not bad. It is a way of our body to saying something that this need is not met yet. So when we take care of it, when we do chanting and something, then of course it will not disappear, but you will understand it more and you will overgrow it with the time. So anger is actually a good expression. It's a feeling. Admire it. And gradually, with chanting, with maybe coming to kirtan, you will overgrow it. And that is very, very nice.
So anger is one of the enemies of the heart. And lust is also there, It's a very, very hard enemy. But Srila Prabhupada, he said that if you want to get free of lust, you should hear the pastimes of Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan, and you should chant Hare Krishna, and you focus there. And hear it from devotees, not from any other one. That is the medicine, actually, for lust.
Yeah, thank you for that. Okay. I think we will close the session here. So soon you will have prasadam, Mahaprasadam. Before that, we will just relax our legs a little bit, just stand and do some dancing kirtan, and then with prasadam the whole program is complete. Okay, Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. Gopal ki.